Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 19 of Tech Talk. I'm Michelle and I'm with my co-host
Ryan.
Today we're going to talk about the M4 MacBook Pro by Apple.
Wow.
We are on Apple's website and you can see this beautiful hello Apple Intelligence.
Oh yeah, of course, Apple Intelligence, right?
Exactly.
Why don't you tell us quickly about your Siri experience?
Oh my God. Have you guys updated your iOS to 18.1? What are your experiences?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. We won't even talk about it.
But guess what happened to me? As soon as Apple released iOS 18.1, I took a screenshot.
Yes.
I went on YouTube. I posted that screenshot on the community post.
Yes.
Let everybody in our community know that it's out there. I updated it. And then walked around with my phone for 2 days and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Siri didn't change its glow, like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so Apple Intelligence hasn't seeped in to my day-to-day workflow yet.
Yeah, you haven't figured it out how to use, not how to use it, but what to use it on.
Yeah, I wanted to have my own experience before I go on YouTube and search like how to use iOS 18.1, right? So I walked around for 2 days, nothing. Then I'm like, okay, just let me see how to use this. Why doesn't it come into my workflow? So I went on YouTube and I realized I didn't turn it on.
Yeah, you didn't even turn it on.
But I feel some type of way about it. You can call me like dumb for not turning it on, but like Apple advertised for Apple Intelligence every other day. You updated that on my phone and you don't bother to send me a notification, hey, you want to turn it on?
Yeah.
So I turned it on and guess what happened?
What happened?
There's this link says, join the waitlist for Apple Intelligence. I almost smashed my phone into the TV. I'm like, I waited for this for months. We've been talking about it episode after episode. And now you tell me I updated it, I turned it on, and I have to wait?
Yeah, this was a terrible experience.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I was filming. But luckily, they allowed me into the queue, and I was able to get the Apple Intelligence within like 20 minutes or so.
Okay, good.
But I was really mad. I was filming.
Yeah, I bet.
And so far, you know what I did is I chose a new accent for Siri. I got the South African accent, which I think is really unique and really inspired me to plan our vacation to South Africa.
Yes.
I don't personally think Siri have gotten smarter. I'm sorry, I think he's probably listening to me right now, but yeah. I do enjoy the little pink glow. Oh, I don't know if this came with the iOS 18.1 update, but I noticed that the calculator have gotten better.
Oh, that's good. Calculators are always important.
Yeah, the default calculator that came with Apple used to be this really simple thing. Maybe this is not a first thing.
Maybe it's a scientific calculator now.
Exactly. So like, maybe this have been updated a long time ago, but I noticed it for the first time that I can do scientific calculator. I can use my iPad and write math notes, like literally write equations. But the rest of the part still doesn't work yet.
All right, come on, nerd. Let's move on to more MacBook things.
Yeah, so of course, MacBook Pro is going to advertise for Apple Intelligence, right? It can't come without.
Yeah.
And tonight, I'm going to update my MacBook to the newest Sequoia 15 point whatever to have this Apple Intelligence. You watched some of the clip of Apple's advertisement for this M4 MacBook Pro. What are your impressions?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. The way they did it was they took 4 people that they were calling pros, and they had sort of these obscure, ideal jobs.
Yeah.
For the people that want to be entrepreneurs. They were all working for themselves. They were business leaders.
Yeah.
Some of them were teachers, and they were on the move, on the go. And they were all talking about how wonderful it was to use this new MacBook Pro and all the different features. However, it just seemed to be a little bit more of a influencer, social media influencer advertisement.
Yeah.
So you have these professionals kind of appealing to the everyday user.
Yeah.
But they didn't really give me a good reason as to why it's so important to have this Pro Max and everything, other than you can make colors faster, there's not as much of a glare and stuff like that. I thought it was an interesting way for advertising, but I think it could have used a little bit more seriousness and credibility.
Yeah, what it seriously lack is the everyday, how is that going to make everyday normal people's life better?
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe the Apple's message here is the MacBook Pro ain't designed for your everyday folk.
Well, no, but this is where you and I disagree, because while they are advertising for not everyday people with these jobs, the person that's building walls out of 3D printers and things like that, but the way in which they communicated to the audience was filled with buzzwords of, you know, I don't know, Gen Z people and stuff like that. Like they were appealing to this young audience. They were saying this sing-songy influencer tone, but then trying to sell this $5,000 piece of equipment, right? And then they brought up Apple Intelligence and they said, oh, look, you can erase this person in the background of your image, as though you need a $5,000 piece of equipment to do that.
Yeah.
Right? That, I felt like there was a disconnect between the use that they were advertising and immense capability of the machine and stuff like that. And so that's where I felt there was a disconnect. They're trying to get people that are like making an Instagram post to buy the computer, when in reality is they should have been advertising for these people in these businesses that are doing this high-tech engineering work and things like that.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Yeah.
You're right on the money when you're talking about how they're appealing to the influencer, because on the longer version of their event, where they spent 20 minutes talking about the MacBook Pro, in the beginning they have this really hip music. Now, I'm not hip enough to know who the singer is, but it sounded like something Gen Z would love.
Yeah, I bet.
It's kind of like, we're cool, this is for you, but then they project these people who have really specialized careers. Yeah. Where someone who's really young, maybe like the generation Alpha to Gen Z, may not have gotten there yet in their education.
Yeah, they're not, I feel like it could have been better to have a student. How can the student utilize this thing to make their presentations, to do their notes and everything like that, rather than somebody that's building seawalls?
Yeah. And you know what's interesting is in that 20-minute event, like at some point they talked about, hey, if this is too much for you, you can get this MacBook Air, which is only $999. So it's almost like Apple think that students know just to get a MacBook Air.
I see, yeah.
Which, because they have changed their default RAM up to 16 gigabytes, finally, you know. Yeah. Can't accept anything less than that these days, even for students who only take notes, right? It feels like they're trying to push people to get the MacBook Air if you're only going to do these tasks that's less computational intensive. Yeah. And something else they say in that event they continue to do is to compare the MacBook Pro with the M4 chip with the ones with the M1 chip. So maybe they're heavily influenced by Marquez, because Marquez would just keep recommending people that he knows to buy the M1 chip MacBooks. Yeah. So maybe Apple have studied all of his videos and decided that we are going to hammer these M1 chip MacBook owners with how much better our M4 chip is. Look, 3.4 times faster than M111, 3 times faster than M1 Pro, 3.5 times faster than M1 Max. Like,
yeah, that's the main feature of their advertisement.
I thought that is really interesting that they're trying to hit the M1 owners. Yeah. Like, yours is gonna be 3 times slower. What are your thoughts when you look at these numbers?
I guess for me, I'm wondering what's the difference between 3.4 and 3.5? in other words, I don't know the difference between the M111 and the M1 Max.
Oh yeah, so actually I made a mistake. This should not be 11, 12, 13. These are just like citations.
Oh, okay.
Or like footnote.
The M1, all right, so it's just not a Pro.
Yeah, it's just 3.4 times faster than M1, 3 times faster than M1 Pro, 3.5 times faster than M1 Max.
Yeah.
M4, M1, M4 Pro, M1 Pro, M4 Max, M1 Max. So
yeah.
it's like a one-to-one comparison.
I mean, I'm glad that it's faster.
You know how I feel though?
What?
So you guys may remember I unboxed a M3 Max MacBook Pro just a few months ago, and I've been enjoying that machine. And Ryan and I also co-own a Mac Studio, which has the M1 Ultra chip.
Oh, they don't even have the M1 Ultra on here.
Yeah, because M1 Ultra is not equipped in the laptops.
Oh, okay.
There it is. So this is what Apple just released. MacBook Pro, M4 Max. And this is what I unboxed a few months ago. MacBook Pro M3 Max. And this is what we bought in 2022. The Apple Mac Studio with the M1 Ultra chip. Luckily, we'll have Apple Intelligence on that machine.
Yes.
So if we just look at the cores, I think there's not really much of a difference between M4 Max and M3 Max.
No.
Our M1 Ultra is still better. Good to know, because we invested in that machine to last. Unified memory, I think, is identical. I didn't invest much in my storage. For my laptop, I think we invested a little bit, so this doesn't quite apply to us. Battery life, supposed to be 4 hours better in M4.
If you got really good stuff even a few years ago, you're not missing out yet. The point is, for a laptop, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Because the M1 Ultra chip is in a
desktop.
Yeah. Exactly.
And though it is this faster, that faster compared to M1 Max, compared to M3 Max, it's only 1.2 times faster.
Yeah.
You know what they're not telling you in this measurement is perspective. They did not release the unit they used to measure this. So let's say a task costs 1.2 nanosecond in an M3 Max machine. Now it will only be 1 nanosecond in a M4 Max machine. Are you going to notice a difference?
You might.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else will.
Exactly. So only with these things that are like 3 times faster, where's the unit?
Yeah, exactly.
And going back to our day-to-day tasks, if I'm not doing 3D printing of seawalls, which let's say 3D printing takes 20 minutes of time to accomplish. Yeah, M1 is going to take 21 minutes. Now it's going to be 7 minutes.
Yeah.
That's good. Pretty good. What if you're only doing Illustrator?
Yeah. But that's why they're trying to advertise that you have to be a serious pro to actually reap the benefits of this.
Yeah. Now let's look at price. So let's try to pre-order one of these 14-inch M3 Max.
Yeah. M4 Max.
M4 Max. Already $3,200.
Yeah, so it's starting right there.
Yeah, I haven't even done anything. Let's keep selecting.
Yeah.
So they advertise for the non-glare, so I'm gonna try to add this nano texture display to reduce glare.
Oh, that's right. That was a big thing. No, what glare? What glare?
And just to match at my M3, I'm gonna do the 40-core GPU. Already we're at $3,800. We already did all that. May as well get this top of the line unified memory, right? You have all these cores and no unified memory. How does that work?
Exactly.
Ooh, $4,800.
Yep. And now we're still at the 1 terabyte storage.
Yeah, but that's not gonna work. Let me tell you, like.
Especially with your
Final
videos.
Cut Pro.
Yeah.
I'm constantly creating 60 or so gigabyte, if not more, size
files.
Final Cut Pro files. Yes. I mean, I need to learn the Adobe Premiere. That's what I need to do. But let's just say you really need all these solid state drive storage for printing seawalls. 8 gigabytes. Bam! $7,000.
Exactly.
Okay, so.
And look, you don't even get the software.
Let's say you just want your first Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this Logic Pro is. I guess music production. You get your Logic Pro. You're almost spending $8,000 if you get a little bit more of that Apple Care or whatever.
Exactly. That's a significant chunk of money.
Yeah, I mean, I know you don't like exactly agree with my assessment on the advertisement, but I'm just like, this is kind of tone deaf. You know, like you're a little bit disconnected from the reality that everybody else live in. Even just $3,000 of a computer, is this really gonna be worth it?
Yeah.
I guess it's probably gonna be really worth it if it's a tax write-off for the company.
Yeah, but that's about it. But that's why I think they quickly say, oh, why don't you go to the MacBook Air?
Yeah. I feel like we need to say something positive.
I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, I should not be talking so negative about this laptop because I'm the one who's the ultimate Apple fan, and I convinced you to get this Mac Studio with me.
Yeah.
I invested more in my laptop and it's been really wonderful. There's nothing I cannot do with my M3 Max MacBook Pro. If I want to code with 300 different colors, I can do it. I know my machine will support me.
Yeah.
If I want to print 3D printing seawalls, I can do it. If I want to design AI images or, you know, Adobe Firefly is putting out all these AI video capabilities, I know my machine can support that. The sky's the limit for the MacBook, M3 Max MacBook Pro, and I am the limiting factor.
Yes.
Right? But still, like, who are you selling this to? I guess they have all these support from their iPhone data. The more expensive the iPhone is, the better it sells. So they're trying to target this consumerism, right? Yeah,
the same people that are going to convince people that potentially don't need it that it's still worth buying it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A little bit.
Yeah, but the point is, I like this concept of a company purchasing it for some tax write-off and stuff like that. And then their workers are going to have the best of the best machines. Because I remember actually now that I think about it, I felt the ad campaign for the Studio was really, really good, the Mac Studio.
Yeah.
Because they were really appealing to people that need to do heavy lifting, video editing, massive 4K, 8K video. They don't even talk about things like 8K in their advertisement.
Yeah.
They don't talk about video editing at all. They just talk about some AI features, but it's like, for me, as we were doing our YouTube video creation, the reason why I was willing to go in board with you for the Studio was that I was going to be able to make my 8-hour nature videos.
Yeah.
And it was literally be physically impossible without any other machine. And that allowed us to get our channel off the ground. And so it's just when they're advertising for this, they're not having that type of discussion. You felt like it was, I forget your term, but you felt it was out of touch or
tone deaf.
You felt it was I was just underwhelmed by their ad campaign.
Yeah.
But I remember being overwhelmed and really enjoying the Mac Studio campaign.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to invest in my very, very first Apple purchase.
Wow.
Ever. So I felt like they've missed the bar a little bit with their campaign. But maybe I'm not the target audience, potentially.
Yeah, it's kind of like Apple put out all these products every year. What do you expect them to do?
Yeah.
If they just give you a 1.3 times faster machine, that's what's expected.
Yeah, that's expected. Exactly. But yeah, this guy is really cool. This has been a power, and I got to get back into it.
Yeah, I am so happy we still have the best of the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that?
Well, that's basically their advertising. This is what you can create with a Mac Studio.
See? Look how cool that is. Once again, it was videos and serious, complex.
Look at the shadow.
Exactly.
Look at this shadow over here.
That's underestimated how complex that is.
The shadow is hard to create.
Yeah. 15 trillion operations per second. See, the 67 billion transistors.
Well, that's the M2s, but I think it's still applied to...
Well, it's the same. But the point is they're giving... And look, 10 streams of 8K. Like, these are the stuff that's important to us creators.
Yeah.
And so it was just weird that was completely missing from the M4 Pro.
Yeah. I mean, their longer events, they do talk about that, but it was completely missing from the video.
From that little video.
2-minute video that most people will most likely watch.
Exactly.
All right, I think that is all for today.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys, you know, if you're really interested in this, you're still going to be interested even after our kind of negative spin on it.
Yeah, don't let us prevent you from buying the best machine that can help you build your dream life.
It's still going to be the best of the best. It's going to help you get your dreams and goals accomplished.
And knowing that you are the only limiting factor is a powerful thing.
Yes.
Powerful thing for me, at least.
Exactly.
All right, I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance.